Hi everybody, I'm back. My son told me I needed to have a better intro, so I'll say happy 4th of July, and I'm glad you came back. We're thinking of changing the name perhaps to Micro Kitchen Cooking, because if you recall, it is super small. Yes. Oh, look what we did. We added a new kind of rolling cart here, so we have a little bit of extra space. Pretty smart, right? My son's been telling me to do that forever. So today we're going to make, it's like a 1-pot garlic pasta. And I've done this different ways. Sometimes I cook the pasta separate and add it to the pot. But today I'm going to do it with everything in one pot, which makes it a lot easier. And maybe some of you say, she never measures anything. I don't know how to and what amount to put in there. That is true. So I will try to be a little bit better at telling you amounts in here. And again, you will see I will add more, but I'll give you some approximations. Okay, so let's look over here. So some of the things you're gonna need today are chicken stock. You're gonna need whatever the pasta is that you want. I'm doing spaghetti. I'm using some Parmesan cheese, some garlic. Of course, I'm gonna do some salt and pepper, and I'm gonna do a little zing to it and add some chicken, because I really like mine that way. Let's get started. I have my pan here and I'm going to add some butter to it. I'm going to add about, here we go. Let's say, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons. Let me add a little bit more to that. And the reason we're doing this is because we're going to add some chopped garlic to it. And I like a lot of garlic, and so I'm going to add a lot of garlic to mine. I'm just going to set that in there for right now, not going to turn it on. Get my cutting board and grab my garlic. However many cloves you want to put in, you could do about 3 or 4. I guess that's what I will do today. I'm going to get off some of the skin off the outside of it. Let me get about 1, 2, 3, 4 cloves. And remember, to peel them easily, you could just push down on it. It helps to release the skin and you can peel it off. I have my garlic skinned and peeled, and with the rest of it, where am I gonna put it? You remember, right? Cold, dry place. I'm gonna put that back so that I have some for later. I'm going to cut up into slices. I'm not going to do the minced garlic. Did you see me fix my hand there on how I was cutting? He says. Cutting it up into slices, again, so that more flavor stays in there. Get these all cut up, and then I'm going to turn the heat on and add them to the pan. I want to mention about this dish, it seems super simple, but this is probably one of my favorite comfort dishes, and I always make a lot extra so that I can eat it over 2 or 3 or 4 days, because it's just so delicious. Okay, I have my pan going here and I have my butter. Something that you can do, instead of just leaving your butter sit in the pan and melting, you want to pick it up and kind of slosh it around in there. And this helps to not burn your butter in there, because the butter that's already in there is hot, and whenever you put it together, it helps to melt it a lot better. This is just about ready to go here. I'm going to add the garlic in there. My son is laughing at me because I said the word prevent.
Oh, you also said melts, like plural.
Oh, melts. Did I?
It helps.
Thankfully, I have somebody here that can tell me all the things that I say wrong. Thumbs up. You're hysterical. Okay, so I have it on about 4, and I'm going to stir it up because I want to get some of the garlic being fragrant inside of this pot. Once this cooks a little bit, we don't want to burn it, just get the fragrance out of it. And we're going to be adding milk and chicken broth to it. 2 cups of chicken broth in here. But here's that twist that I was talking about. While it is like this, I like to add my chicken in there because it's not all wet with the milk and the chicken stock in there. And yes, I'm using a can of canned chicken. That might seem, I'm going to turn that down a little bit. I'm going to drain it in the sink. And then I'm going to make sure that I break it up into little pieces. And if you like yours in chunks, you could just leave yours whole. But I like to break mine up in little pieces so I make sure that I get a piece in each bite. So kind of taking a fork and smashing it up. Now I'm going to add it to the pan. Oops, dropped some on the floor there. Well, thanks for showing everybody that. We couldn't miss that part. You're so funny. Adding them into the pan. And I'm going to add the pepper and the salt here too. So now the chicken will be flavored with it, as will the rest of the pot before I add in the rest of the liquids. I find this just gives better flavor to everything that's in there right now. I have it turned down to about 2 because like I said, I don't want to burn the garlic. I'm going to stir that around. I want to heat up that chicken, give it a chance to develop some flavor with the garlic in there. Ooh, is that a close-up? Ooh, looks good, right? All right, some salt and pepper going in there. Grating some of that in there. Not too much because you can always add some at the end. Are you doing this up and down? Is my head going to get cut off again?
No.
Yes, right? All right, there's my
No,
pepper in there.
It's fine.
Hi. Here we go. Cam, do you like this dish?
I don't know.
He doesn't know. I make this quite often.
I just don't even know what it is.
It is the garlic pasta. It's kind of liquidy with Parmesan cheese in there. And then I add the chicken in. It is just, oh, it's so, so good. Turning it up a little bit. While that comes back up to a warmer temperature, I'm going to get ready to add some of the chicken stock. Where is my... In my micro kitchen, I grab my measuring cup. Some chicken stock, 2 cups in there. You know I'm probably going to add more, but let me just go with 2 cups. Oops, I have to take the top off. Nothing's going to come out. All right, so we have 2 cups right there of the chicken broth, adding that to my pot. And we're going to do a cup of milk. I'm doing the whole milk because I like the flavor and the fat content that it adds. Cam, I don't know that they need to see me pouring milk that close. Okay. Here goes the milk. Woo! Oh, here's my cup. Okay. All right, Cam. You don't have to be that close. All right. And what we have here, this is where you're going to cook the pasta. You're going to put it in here and cook the pasta in here. Like I said before, I usually cook my pasta separate and then I add it in, but I have also tried it this way and I'm trying to make it as simple as possible and add it in and then you let it cook. Now I'm thinking that that will be really good because the noodles will really get a lot of flavor from cooking in there. I'm going to get my noodles. I'm using spaghetti noodles. I just like spaghetti noodles for this. You can use whatever noodle you want. We're reducing this sauce down so you could pick something that could really hold on to any of the sauce that's in there. All right, I'm just gonna pick a bunch of noodles. Oop. I might even want to wait till this gets to a boil. I think I will wait. Stop. Take a look at the pan here. We brought it up to a boil because we are definitely going to boil our spaghetti in there. How much spaghetti to put in? All right, we did the 2 cups of the chicken broth, the 1 cup of the milk. You want to do about 8 ounces or a half of a container of spaghetti. I'm probably putting a little bit more in, and I'm even going to put more chicken broth and milk because, like I said, I like to make more. I break mine in half because I like it in smaller pieces. You don't have to do that. I'm going to add a little bit more so I can have some for later. So I've probably used 3/4 of the container of spaghetti. All right, I'm going to stir that in there. And this is just going to soak up all of the liquid in here and it's going to cook. And you can add more liquid in All right, so we have it up to boil. Let's turn it down to simmer now, and then we're gonna cover it. You can add more liquid of either the milk and the chicken broth to make it the consistency that you like the best. And remember at the end that it will start to seep into the spaghetti, so you're gonna have less sauce than you think is there. So if you think, oh gee, there's just too much, it will gradually be dissolved into the pasta. We're gonna let this cook maybe 18-20 minutes. I'm gonna keep checking the pasta, making sure that my consistency that I want for the liquid is what I want. And then we're going to add some Parmesan into that, stir it up, and it is done. Let's take a look and see how it's doing. So it has been cooking for 15 minutes. Let's look at it. See what I mean? The liquid is almost gone. Guess who's adding more liquid? I am. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit more of the chicken broth. Because again, it's going to cook away. And even if there seems to be a lot, whenever you put it away as extra, it's going to all just be sopped up by the spaghetti, so there's not going to be any sauce. I'm going to add a little bit more milk. And you're gonna say, how much did you add? I don't know. I'm just kind of looking in there, seeing that there's some liquid in my pot. A little bit of milk.
About 1 second's worth of milk.
A quarter cup, I guess. And I'm gonna add more salt and pepper. Pepper, my friend. Not many spices go into this one. Salt. And again, you can salt and pepper at the end to your taste. I'm gonna let it go. Oh, all right, let's check the noodle. Let's see how it's doing. Is it done? Oh, I don't want to get burned. No, it needs cooked a little bit more. I'm going to put it on for 4 more minutes. Okay, all right, let's take a look in the pan. It is just about done. I tested the noodles. I still have a little bit of liquid in the bottom. Remember, the liquid was the milk and the chicken broth, and that served as your water as if you were cooking the noodles. Next thing you want to do is add some Parmesan cheese, maybe 1/4 of a cup. I'm going to put some in. Just going to pinch some in there. Just washed my hands. And I'm not going to put all of it in there that it would request or say to put in, because I like to add more on top. This kind of just gets it going. And you don't want to add too much salt, because whenever you put this Parmesan cheese in, you know you're going to get a lot of salt flavor from it too. So I'm going to let this kind of stir around in here. And that's it. It's that simple. Oh my goodness. This is going to be so delicious. I hope you enjoy this and you find this as comforting as I do. I know I will be enjoying this for a couple days to come. And if you have any questions for me, just leave some comments. Thanks for coming to the Tiny Micro Kitchen. I'll see you next time. Bye.